Welcome to a podcast of total terror. Night of the Nerdy Laser. A podcast which celebrates films of horror. Night of the Nerdy Laser. A night with a podcast that won't stay dead. A podcast of total horror. Night of the Nerdy Laser.
Welcome everybody to Night of the Nerdy Laser. I am your host, Richard. We are watching a Shudder original movie, Yule.
Yeah, we sure are, and I'm Jeff Lown.
Jeff, this is your fault, buddy.
Look, I have no regrets.
Okay, so probably I'm going to shit on this movie a little bit, but it's not bad. It's not a bad movie. So Kids vs. Aliens from 2022, done by Jason, how do you pronounce that last name since you picked
Eisner?
Eisner.
Yeah.
There we go. Jason Eisner, who also did what, Jeff?
Well, he did Treevenge, which was a short film
so good.
from 2008, which is amazing. He did the short film Hobo with a Shotgun, and I don't know if it was technically a short, but it was so what it was a trailer in between the Grindhouse movies, but it was only in the Canadian release of it.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where it came from. And then they made it a film, a full-length film in 2011, I think it was.
With Rutger Hauer.
Yeah. And that's a good movie. So the thing with it is, like, with the Grindhouse trailers, like, it's cool to see so many have become full movies. And this year, 2023, we're finally getting Thanksgiving from Eli Roth.
Finally, an Eli Roth movie. When's the last time that happened? Green Inferno?
And he's been working
8 years ago?
Pretty much. Saw that in theaters with Taco, and he was like, what the hell did I just watch? I'll kill you. Okay. Sorry.
I mean, it's Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I mean, it's just a remake of Cannibal Holocaust. I mean, Jason Eisner, you know what else he's famous for?
A good short in this VHS 2.
He is behind. He at least directed them, but I'm gonna guess he has a pretty big part of the Dark Side of the Ring show on Vice.
Oh yeah, I've only seen a couple of those, but I heard they're really good.
I mean, they're amazing. Even if you don't like wrestling, if you like documentaries, they're really good documentaries. They're doing Tales of the Territories now, and he's involved with that. So,
what is that?
Kind of the same thing. There was some drama behind Dark Side of the Ring because of the Ric Flair episode. Because, that's when he was on the plane. It was the plane flight from hell where Ric Flair went around and made all the stewardesses grab his wiener and stuff, and he was naked.
God dang.
And so these wrestlers went on and talked about the story, and then they got blacklisted, and just a whole bunch of shit went on they were like, you're not supposed to fucking talk about that.
Yeah, I know.
Because the plane ride from hell was a huge deal.
I'm sure. Did they have a Benoit episode?
Yeah, they did a Benoit episode.
I got to watch that one.
They did what's his damn name? I can't remember his name now. But there's an Owen Hart episode too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that on Hulu still? I know it was streaming.
I don't know if it's on Hulu. It's originally on Vice, but Tales from the Territories, I think, is a little different, but they renamed it something else, and they have a different formula. But Dark Side of the Ring is coming back, so fuck if I know what's going on. Vice is apparently losing all sorts of money, so.
Speaking of Vice, you guys, I think before I came on, or it was right around the time I came on, but I think I covered the other Ty West film. You guys did The Sacrament, and that one had the Vice ties to it, which made it a really cool way to do the film.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, we did The Sacrament. That's good.
Yeah, Sacrament's a cool one.
The poster for Maxine is so good.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to finish
the poster. I don't even need a trailer. I just want to see this fucking movie.
I'm excited for that one. But yeah, it was so, Eisner, he did a segment, I think, in one of the ABCs of Death, and then he did a segment in VHS 2, which I think was called The Slumber Party or Alien Invasion or something.
Slumber Party, Alien Abduction.
Yeah, there we go. It's basically both of the things I said. And the way you said you've never seen VHS 2 or you've never seen that segment.
No, I've tried. Now, I bought all 3 on digital because I was all excited, and then the first one sucked, and I was like,
oh, Richard. It did not. It's great.
I'm just not. I don't know what it is about those movies. I can't. I don't know what it is.
Me and Corey love them. I know.
God,
Corey.
I know. Now, ABC's of Death, that's my shit.
And those are weird, but I don't mind them, but they're weird, like some of the segments.
Well, ABC's of Death is great because you're like, this sucks. Okay, something else.
The next letter.
It's like fits my OCD, like ADD brain perfect. Yeah. It's like, this is horrible.
That's funny. Yeah, so he plays it in the VHS segment. It's played more serious, like there's a serious tone. And I can't remember exactly if it's like a Halloween party like that too, but I know like the kids are hanging out, and then like the sister and I think there's
different cast, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This one feels that one feels serious, whereas this film feels more like it tried to be a little bit of Psycho Gorman, but also a kids movie in a sense. I mean, it had the kids that kind of cussing and stuff, which reminded me of Psycho Gorman. And then it kind of felt like a kids movie, like a kids adventure film or something like that. But we'll get into it a little.
Yeah, I mean, the half of the movie is based on his childhood, like him making a movie. And after I knew that he did Dark Side of the Ring, he's obviously a wrestling fan, so there's a wrestling ring in this movie.
Yeah,
that plays a pretty big part. So, So I imagine that all the stuff that the kids were doing was like his childhood, like making him and his friends making a movie. That was probably like what they were doing.
Yeah, easy to draw inspiration from it.
There's a dinosaur, and I mean it's fun, but you have to be okay with watching kids make a movie
for like 40 minutes.
I mean, for a long time, it feels like. I mean, I feel like I know more about the story that was the kids were telling than the actual movie.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
So that's I really love the opening shot. So the opening shot we get on the boat, these 3 fishermen. We basically get a bright light crashes into the ocean into a lake. I guess really not ocean. I don't.
Yeah, so it crashes into a body of water.
Yeah, because is that where the kids are? I don't know. Well,
I felt like their house, because I mean the parents seemed like they were well off. So yes. They're in a nice giant house that could hold a huge party, but it felt like a coastal house, like something along.
Well, what I'm saying is is this the same ship that's underwater where it crashed with the fishermen?
Hard to tell because the way that it ends, it made it feel like it was a large scale invasion thing, and we'll talk about that ending.
I don't want to.
Oh, but we will. We'll talk about it.
So these 3 fishermen basically get taken. It's really cool. And then we get to the main characters of Gary, Jack, Miles, and Gary's older sister, Samantha.
Yeah.
So Samantha's like still a kid. She's like grown up with these, and like the other kids are like 5 years younger than her, and she's like a teenager, but she's still a kid, like because she hangs out with them, and who wants to be a fucking adult? It sucks. So that's basically what we get, and we get these bullies come in, and one of them finds her attractive, and she's like, and I mean, that's basically the story. And then he uses her to throw a Halloween party.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the story.
Yeah.
Like, so we're working on very thin material here. I mean, as far as I was telling Jeff, before the show, if Shudder was really smart, and I don't know what they had to do with this movie, so I don't know if they just saw this movie at the film festival and they bought it. More than likely, that's what happened. I mean, that's what happens to a lot of these movies, like Netflix and all that, until Netflix is the juggernaut it is, and now they just make whatever the fuck they want. But right. Shudder doesn't have that kind of money, so I'm sure they're just buying the movies.
Yeah, and I mean, Shudder tends to work with horror fans, like, people that like them. So, I mean, Eisner has that kind of name within the exploitation and horror realm. But I mean, so RLJE, I think, is the distributor, which is like in partnership with Shudder, as far as I know. So that's kind of like you're saying. I think they buy them at festivals. And this has a release date, I think it said of 2022, but it came out on Shudder this year, 23. But I would assume, it was something that came out of the COVID lockdown where, like, he had this idea, and like as they were slowly, drawing back like restrictions and stuff, they kind of made it. Because I mean, you could tell it probably wasn't like the biggest cast and stuff like that. I mean, the party scene, yes.
A lot of extras there, but
later
main
on,
cast. Yeah.
But like, it didn't have a huge cast where you had to have a lot of moving parts throughout the whole film. It was just very concentrated on these 4 kids, the other 3 kids, and I guess, like you're saying, the 3 fishermen that played a small role at the beginning.
So I just don't know, man. I'm frustrated with this movie because I was telling Jeff before the show that if Shudder was smart, this really should have been a pilot to a series, and I think it could have been a big hit for Shudder. I think a half-hour show would have worked way better than an hour and 20-minute movie, hour and 15. It's short. Hell, at this point, it's not even a real movie, right? Is an hour and 15 a real movie?
Who knows anymore? Because it seems like everything used to be an hour and 16 to be considered a full-length film.
Yeah.
Then Host kind of came out being like 52 minutes, and everybody's like, that's a movie. It's like, well, I mean, if you through the MPA, it's probably not considered a full-length movie. But if, to fans, if you want to call it a movie, go for it. I mean, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. But
so if I was Shudder, if I was in charge, what I would have done is just bet on this guy, because I don't think the movie's great, but I think there's something here, right? Like you could take basically this movie and turn it into 3 episodes. Give him enough money to do like 4 more episodes.
Yeah, 6 or 7 episode run.
Do a 6 or 7 episode run. Hope to get some Stranger Things vibes. Get shit out there. Because I think as a show, this would work much, much better. Don't you agree?
I think so. I could see that.
I mean, and it has Stranger Things vibes, which may hurt it in my mind, like the music and everything. It just, I mean, it is trying to be Stranger Things in a way. Because you even have Billy, which was basically Steve from the first movie or from the first season, right? Like nobody remembers that Steve was an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
But Steve was an asshole. So I really just think it would have done better. So here's some issues I have. So here's the biggest issue I have with it.
Okay.
So they get, and we're spoiling it.
Yeah, this one we do
a spoiler podcast. I mean, you could still watch the movie and enjoy it knowing everything, because it'll actually make the movie easier to watch, because you'll be like, I know what's going to happen. I know the ending's going to be horrible. So, and because the likelihood of a sequel happening is not good, right?
I couldn't imagine this getting a sequel.
Not unless Shudder is going to back it, which I don't think they will. I mean, they don't have any money. I mean, they probably do well enough paying Joe Bob.
Probably.
I mean, that's the only thing. That's the only income, right, that they have. Like, that's the only thing that they do that is extremely successful.
Oh yeah, it's extremely successful.
So, And it sounds like I'm shitting on things. I'm not, but I am. So it's fine. Whatever. But a huge problem I have with this movie comes when the aliens aren't great. They all look the same, except for one has a crown towards the end,
like King Alien, and then the mutated guy
almost looks ice, sort of. I don't know. It's weird looking, but that's fine. But all the which I'm fine with them all looking the same. That's fine. They don't look great though. Is my problem. Like their mouths are weird. They just look like an asshole, kind of.
Sort of.
There's this toy that used to be around. It had a circle and then a little hole in the middle, and you could squeeze it, and it would go. And it was, and it cracked me up. It was like 10 years ago. It used to crack me up. Anyway, that's what these things look like. But they're fine. I mean, they are cool looking. They look like your normal gray aliens. Really long arms, tall, skinny bodies, long fingers, and we get them. So they abduct some of the kids,
from the party.
So the aliens invade the party, is what happens, and so but the aliens' ship is underwater, which I thought was cool because they took the kids underwater. And the sister, and it felt forced, just like grabbed the scuba gear and all that, and which I'm sure she knows how to use it all, but it just felt weird because she didn't really. You almost got the impression that she didn't like the kids, but they did, but they just pissed her off, and I don't really know.
Yeah, they just had that kid fight thing where kids fight siblings and stuff.
Well, he did it and embarrassed her in front of the party.
Yeah. But then she did the whole Buddy's Family, Fast and Furious thing. Speaking of, I'm rewatching through all those, and I love them.
Can't fucking wait till this weekend.
I love them.
I'm going to try to go Thursday, I think.
Are you? I think I'm trying to catch the Saturday morning one.
We'll see.
Yeah,
she swims underwater and finds the ship, gets onto it, and it sort of turns into like a Fire in the Sky moment, not in the sense of like the pods and all that, but in the sense of like dread, like it did kind of feel awful, and the aliens are dragging these humans over to this thing. It's not a table, but it's just like a wall, and they strap the main bad girl, who really, this is my problem. I just felt bad for her. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. Like, I feel like they want me to go, yeah. I don't know what they're trying to convey here, because what she goes through is awful.
Yeah, she gets melted.
So I don't know if I'm supposed to be happy or sad or scared. I just think that the emotion is like weird to me, and I feel like all the kids are like, yeah, and it's like, you shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's happy but scared, because they're scared they're gonna die next, and like
they are.
They are.
So basically, they hook her to this wall, and this ooze comes out like the that old Masters of the Universe slime pit, Hordak slime pit.
Yeah,
comes out like that, and melts all the skin off her bones.
Yeah, and then
it's horrifying. I mean, it's a great effect, but it feels so out of place in this movie.
It does, and they kind of do. I think they do this to kind of pad some numbers here, because they're like, basically nothing's happened. Like, no aliens have died. The fisherman disappeared, but that's about it. So we'll see that. We have 3 villains. We have our main bad guy, the girl that just died, and then we have the other guy that wears like the hockey jersey or whatever. Yeah. And for some reason, the crown thing like throws up into a skull mug and pours it on him, and then he basically turns into Baraka from Mortal Kombat 2 for some reason. And I don't understand why he turned into Baraka from Mortal Kombat.
He's got the hockey jersey on,
and he's running around. I was like, oh, he's turning,
and he's like, I don't know where the knives came from.
I don't know what that was. Like, I don't.
Yeah, his face looks like Baraka too.
Yeah, exactly. Like I saw that and I was like, I have to look up that guy from Mortal Kombat because I can't remember his name. But that's
Baraka was my favorite because he did the knives thing.
Yeah, he did. You know who else did the knives thing?
Jason down in the dungeon.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, I just saw him. He's recovering nicely from the knives retracting into his bones.
It's Adam.
Jason down in the dungeon is one of our good buddies, and it has a great store called the Dungeon at Southland. You can go to Southland_dungeon over on Instagram. You can look up all the fantastic stuff he's got in. He got in some anime. Also, if you're old enough, ask for the anime porn special. Seriously.
That's funny.
He needs to get rid of it.
Oh, is it the same one that was there when I visited? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He probably needs to move that inventory.
How?
There's a market. Somebody bought it once.
I know. That's why I'm promoting it. He also has kid-friendly stuff, so don't worry. And he keeps that stuff behind the counter, so he doesn't do that to children. So we've got DVDs, VHS, Blu-rays, boutique stuff like Visual Vengeance and Vinegar Syndrome. He just got copies of Basket Case, Street Trash. So if you like this show, you're going to love all the stuff that he got. He also got his Leanna Quigley's horror workout before I did.
Really?
Madder than hell.
Did you go directly through?
Yeah, you have to. That's the only way you can.
Yeah.
They're no Terror Vision isn't.
Oh, they unpartnered.
Yeah. Huh?
They unpartnered with the OCN distribution or whatever.
Yeah, so they're their own. So anyway, if you like all the stuff that we do, then you're going to love this store. Go to Southland_dungeon or visit southlandbooksandcafe.com. They're right here in Maryville, but they will ship anything you like that you see on their social media to you. They'll even box Jason up in a really nice little fancy box and ship them straight to you. But they take returns, so you'll just give them back.
Yeah, you will.
Trust me. All right, so yeah, and then we get some callbacks to the beginning of the movie where the girl wants to use a sword, but they say girls can't use swords, so she gets a gun. And in this movie, she finds a sword. I like the mythology that the movie sets up in the short time that we find. I mean, it's just this alien ship going. They actually mention it too. They used like the human skin for like transportation or something.
I think they said something like that. Yeah,
something like that. That's why they melt the skin off of people. Which, I mean, I'm cool with, but like just not the way they did it.
Yeah.
Because it just feels wrong in this movie. Like it just feels like I don't know what to feel in this movie. But anyway, so she finds basically a medieval thing that got melted, and she got the sword, and now she's a badass with a sword, which I'm fine with. I really liked her. I hope she does more stuff.
Yeah, she's a good lead.
Yeah, she's really good. Phoebe Rex.
The younger kids kind of just scream the whole time.
She's in that From TV show, and I've been wanting to watch that.
Is that like a MGM or a Paramount thing?
It's a Stars, I think it's on Stars. That's why nobody's watched it. But it's very Lost-like. It's where this family goes into this town, and then like everybody's trapped there. You can't get out.
Oh, okay. That sounds all right. I mean,
the lead guy is from Lost. The lead guy is that Harold Perrineau. He played Walter's dad in Lost.
I don't remember all the characters.
The kid that they had to write out of the show because he was growing old, and they were supposed to be on this island for 2 months.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, so she's been in 3 episodes of that show. Doesn't look like she has much coming up. Alone Together is a TV show that's in post-production, but hopefully she does some stuff because I really did like her. And I mean, the movie's fine as a movie. Like, I mean, sort of like it feels like I mean, as far as looking like a movie, like, I mean, the production is great. Everything looks really good. I mean, the aliens aren't perfect, but I mean, it's fine. I mean, they're good.
Yeah, I mean, I like the setting and stuff, like you're saying, the wrestling ring and them shooting the movies. It's fun. It's a fun thing for sure. But I like when her and the dude go in the bedroom and the kids break in and they're hitting them with like those big Christmas candles and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah,
Just being annoying little kids, and like I don't know. But then like the whole make them one or the other. I don't like when little kids are like trying to be older. Like I don't know. Sometimes the Psycho Gorman stuff sort of is funny, but kind of got on my nerves, and that kind of reminded me of this.
So Asher Grayson plays Jack, and Jack dies like 4 times in this movie, and then he actually dies. And it's awful. Like that's what
Are
I'm
you
saying.
Talk the ending now?
Yeah, we can talk about the ending.
All right.
I mean, talk about anything else you like.
I mean, that stuff was cool. The story's simple. It's just a hour 16-minute movie or hour 15-minute movie that just goes by, and it kind of is what it is. I had hoped it was a little more serious, like the short was from VHS, but you know, it's not my movie. I don't.
Well, the girl melting the skin off was, but
that's the one part.
Yeah,
and the other thing, the main villain bad guy, he was just the worst. Like. He was too. I get it. You want him to be bad, so he gets his in the end. But he was just terrible from the start. I mean, I can't. Nothing good about him, and it's kind of annoying when they don't have at least one like redeeming quality.
Yeah, I did like when he locked him out of the house, and he's like, "I'm in here now," and then the alien just busts through the glass.
Yeah, Baraka just jumps right through. How does he end up dying? That guy? Do you?
I just watched it
today. Did she sword him? That was basically she sorted everybody.
Don't make me try. Basically, yeah. Don't try to make me remember this movie. I don't know. I didn't write anything down.
That's okay. I mean, it's fine. Let's get on with the ending.
There's a government conspiracy that's trying to hide the aliens, and they kidnap the kids and put them in these glass containers, and the truck drives off.
Yeah, I didn't know if they killed them or if they just like froze them and put them in a thing. And
I feel like they probably froze them. I don't think they killed them. I think they I think they were like, I think they like somehow froze them or knocked them unconscious or something. And
well, because they think, the little ending twist they do is like the kids are like cornered by some aliens, and they're like, "Look, it's the government," and then the dudes just shoot the kids and like take them.
They shoot the aliens. They kill all the aliens.
That's why
they don't shoot the kids, though, do they?
Yeah, that's why I thought they just killed the kids too. They just
did. I don't know. It's so dark. I can't see.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Maybe they did. I can't remember. I was so mad at this movie, and I feel bad because I do feel like the director is a good director. I do feel that way, but I'm not a fan of this story.
Yeah.
Just I mean, as a whole, I'm just not a fan of this story. I think the title's dumb. I think a lot of the things that, I mean, the idea is okay. So there's a difference, right? The idea is okay, but the story is not good. Like they just didn't have enough.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I don't hate this movie. It kind of also felt like that one Christmas one that just came out that Corey hated.
Christmas Bloody Christmas.
Is that what it was? Yeah. Just kind of like a one-off, like a director having fun kind of thing. But I mean, there's weak parts in all of it. Both things. I mean, there's weaknesses in everything, but yeah, I don't know. You wanna rate it? I don't have too high hopes for you on this one.
I mean, just because I'm torn, because I just don't think it's. I don't. it just makes me mad because I think there was something there to make an enjoyable movie, and I just don't think it was. By the end, I was just mad. I was just mad. I was like, "What the hell is this? Is it a kids movie? Is it not a kids movie? Who am I rooting for? Because the kids are kind of annoying, so I don't really like the kids. I mean, they kill one of them. It's like in the Goonies. If they had killed one of the kids, how big would that have changed that movie?
Yeah, I don't think it would have the same success that it did.
No, because everybody would be fucking depressed.
Yeah, that's true.
But he was annoying, so is it depressing that he died? It's kind of good. One less annoying kid.
Kind of like the dude in the wheelchair in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Everybody's like, "Oh, good, get rid of that guy."
Yeah. I mean, it is the same. I mean, but I'm just gonna give this movie a 2. I just don't feel like it's not like one level bad, because I mean I can see hope in it, but it's also not something I would probably rewatch again. And I mean, I think everything was good. Like the acting was okay. It's just that story, man. The story and the dialogue just wasn't there for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of there too. Like you said, I think with the TV series, it might have had a better chance.
Yeah, you break that up. You can break it up, and it won't. Even if you watch it together, your brain takes a break for a second, and you're putting it. The first episode was good. Second episode wasn't that great, but that third episode was awesome.
Yeah, just a different way to view it. But I give it a 2 as well, just for. I mean, the story being simple is fine, but just like you're saying, there's too many different little things that add up to kind of make it like, eh. So 2 for me.
2 out of 5 from both me and Mr. Jeffrey. So
I would say watch it, but I mean, don't go in with any hopes.
That's how I go into every movie, Jeff.
It's a good way to do it. Oh, I'm surprised.
Especially when I watch a Marvel movie or something.
Oh yeah, those suck.
All right, what's on the docket next week, buddy?
All right. So next week,
wrote it down. I can't remember.
We're going into everybody's mouth, and we're going to watch The Dentist.
Yeah, we are. I've never seen this, and I hate it. I hate The Dentist in general. It's just not good in any way. So I'm not looking forward to watching it, but I'll do it for you guys.
Yeah.
Not for Jeff.
This is one of the VHS store movies I would always see and always try to get. I got it a couple times, but it's one I'd want to get, and my mom would be like, "No, can't get that," and I'd be like,
It just came out, right, on 4K.
It came out with a Blu-ray double pack with The Dentist 2 from Vestron.
Oh, sorry, not 4K.
Yeah,
that'll be next year.
Yeah, so they could charge you more money.
And then I'll get the Blu-ray from Jeff.
Because
I got the DVD from him.
Yeah, you did. So The Dentist, then I think we're going to try to do Castle Freak, and then we're going to do Grizzly. So that'll be the next 3 weeks at least.
Castle Freaky.
That's it. And then we're going to get into your summer pick, which Blades, which we promised to do, I think, 40 episodes ago?
Probably.
So
yeah, we wanted to do it last year, and then we didn't. So, and this isn't the vampire movie. This is the killer lawnmower movie.
Yeah, but I mean,
so we did Lawnmower Man this year. Now we're doing the lawnmower movie.
Yeah, it's a spiritual sequel I just made up.
Set on a golf course.
Good. We can talk.
All these movies are on Tubi, so you can watch along with us. You can watch them beforehand and check them out. Should we tell them what our 100th episode is going to be, Jeff?
No.
Keep it secret for now.
Yeah, the 5 people that listen could wait for it.
Oh. Well, I'll give you a spoiler. There's a new one coming out this year, and we're covering all of them on episode 100. So get ready for a mega episode. It's going to be a doozy. So that's all I got. Just follow us on Instagram, Night of the Nerdy Laser. You can follow us on YouTube at Night of the Nerdy Laser. And there are new episodes being dropped on YouTube. So if you'd rather watch our pretty faces, you can do that. If you don't want to see our pretty faces, then stick with the audio. It's probably safer that way. But either way, go subscribe to the YouTube so we can get more subscribers and feel better about ourselves.
Because we have been feeling down.
Low. I did meet John Russo this past weekend, though. He's cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
have like 9 John Russo autographs. I could probably give one of them away if I wanted to.
Yeah, I'd say do that if we got some more reviews, but, we don't really do that either, so.
100 subscribers on YouTube. Come on, and I'll do something. I'll give stuff away. We got a signed DVD from Get My Gun, too.
Oh, yeah.
And that just got released on TerraVision.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff to give away.
We just need people. We need people to feed off of. So go to Night of the Nerdy Laser on Facebook and leave us a comment. Like our stuff and just like us in general. And until next time, what should they do, Jeff?
Keep it bloody.
Because somebody has to in this world of kids versus aliens. Dumb title.
Oh, man.